So, this is the story of how my arm went into a deep fryer. I know, sounds crazy, but it's 100% true. Let's talk about it. So, I dipped my arm in a deep fryer. Plain and simple, that's how it happened. But let's break it down. So, I got up super early that morning for work, like 2 in the morning, 2 something in the morning. I'm actually at my first stop. And for anyone wondering, I clean fryers for a living. And not the ones that you would clean at, per se, like a restaurant. More or less fryers at hospitals, uh, big businesses, places like that. Ball stadiums, whatever, what have you. You know, we do it. I do it. And I actually enjoy doing it. My hour's not that bad. Just get up super early in the morning. And so this happened, I would say, about a year, probably like a year and a half ago. And like I said, it was really early in the morning. I was at this stop early. It was a hotel where it was some, I don't remember the name of the hotel, but we're talking like super fancy, real ritzy place. All your golfer guys go there on the weekends because they don't have nothing better to do. I pull up to the stop. I get there, it's dark outside. I get all my stuff, all my equipment off the back of the van. I have a cart with a tool bucket and all my buckets to dump oil in because we we clean the fryers. We also dump the excess oil out of the fryers that's bad, or if the oil is still good, we don't dump it, but we will use a machine that we have that filters the oil. And and what the machine does filtering the oil wise, it sucks the oil out of the fryer while it's still hot. Now you have to have the fryers off when you're doing all this, because if there's no oil in the fryer and you turn a fryer on, it will completely burn it up, slap up. It'll start smoking. The whole thing will turn black, and you will have a crazy mess on your hands. But to run the oil through the machine, it has to be at a 350-degree temperature. So you have two hoses that come out of the machine. One sucks the oil out, and the other um, puts the oil into whatever you're wanting it to go into. But you leave one hose inside the machine, and it goes into the machine. And while it's going in, it gets filtered through, and you leave it running in the machine for a few minutes, however long. Well, at this particular stop early in the morning, the machine's cold and the fryers are on, but I still have to let the machine warm up. The machine has to warm up also, but which doesn't take too long. But while I plug the machine up and I turn it on, there's a switch. You can turn it to where it warms up. If you try to turn it actually on and let the machine run without trying to filter any oil or anything, it will burn the machine up. So I just switch it over to where the light comes on to where it says it's warming up. So you let the machine warm up because, I need the oil that's in the fryers to stay at that 350-degree temperature so it can run through the machine. So anyways, I'm like, well, while it's plugged up and warming up, I will clean parts of the fryer that I could clean anytime regardless, because I don't need to get inside the fryer yet. Still oil in it, still going. So I decided to clean and scrub certain areas while everything, just trying to stay busy, because it does take, like I said, it does take a few minutes for the machine to warm up. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting there, I'm scrubbing. Like, I've always had the fear of, like, you're kind of over top of the fryer trying to scrub everything and, like, holding on to one side while you're doing one part. And I've always had the fear of, like, maybe slipping off and trying to catch myself and my like, kind of like going into the fryer a little bit while there's oil in it, hot oil and stuff. And that's no fun. Well, not only did that happen, but it was not good at all. Anyone ever wondered, like, have you ever tried to put a grease fire out with your face? No, you don't do those things because it's not something you should do. And most people that when asked, because it looked really bad afterwards, I was like, "What'd you do?" Well, I put my arm in a fryer. Why'd you do that? You just want to see what it felt like? Really? Really? Do you really think I just, yeah, yeah, I wanted to know how it felt. So I dipped my arm in fire. Didn't feel good. It cooked my arm. But anyways, so while I'm scrubbing it, my hand just kind of slipped. Like I'm trying to scrub, and my hand slips off kind of to the side. Well, we have gloves on, obviously, because of the oil being hot. We have 2 sets of gloves, like a non-latex glove on, and then over top of that, we have our actual work gloves. My whole hand slips with the scrubby thing I'm using to scrub the fryer down, dips into the fryer, and half my arm goes in it. And I immediately pull my arm out of the fryer. I have to take off, the 2 sets of gloves, because if you leave them on, it's going to burn. It's going to burn your hand up really bad. Anytime you get hot oil and you feel it starting to burn, take the gloves off, because it'll just seep right through and get to your skin really bad. Well, I took those off immediately, and I couldn't do anything. I just had to sit there and take it, and you feel it like singeing your skin, like it hurts. It feels, for the rest of the day after your arm has been dipped in oil, for anyone wanting to know, for like the first 24 hours, it feels like it's staying consistent. It feels like it's constantly staying in a fryer, being burnt the whole time. So any heat after that, any kind of heat near your arm, it just feels like it's on fire, and it's horrible. It is not fun, and it sucks. So the rest of that day, going and trying to do my other stops for the day, and cleaning the fryers and being over top of ones that have been on, you turn them off and you start cleaning. You dump the old oil out and you start cleaning, and it's just it burns so bad. And of course, like after the next couple of days, it like parts like, like the skin was like coming up, boiling up and stuff. Just nasty. And obviously that skin didn't stay on too long. That old skin came off, just melted off. Cooked me too much. I'm a little too white and pale for a fryer trying to cook me like chicken. And so that came off. And I had what was left, a dark kind of scar, for about a year after that. The lesson here is, kiddos, do not dip your arm in a fryer just because you want to know what it feels like, because you got to deal with that for a very long time after the fact. It sucks. Guys, if you enjoyed this story, please leave a like down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more stuff like this. Huh? Maybe? Huh? And if you have any suggestions for anything, any videos you want to see, you want me to make, just let me know down below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.